Do you need this, Mrs. Kemp?
I don't know about you, but I'm never ready for Christmas. Between Black Friday, rampant commercialism, and incessant holiday music on the radio, I find myself becoming more and more like Ebenezer Scrooge every year. Which is why when I stumbled across Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale, it felt as if a holiday film had finally been made just for me. If you haven't seen this twisted little film out of Finland, here's the basic premise. Deep in the Korventunturi Mountains, a team of excavators led by an eccentric scientist open what they call the largest burial mound in the world. Buried deep within the bowels of this mountain is something terrible about to be unleashed on a small community of reindeer herders. It is the holiday season, you see, and even though Santa Claus is coming to town, this is one Christmas you'd rather he passed you by. For in the world of Rare Exports, Santa is not the spirit of charity made flesh, but an ancient demon who eats reindeer, walks barefoot in the snow, and brutally punishes children who have been naughty rather than nice. Bad news for our reindeer herders, who soon discover their entire inventory has been decimated by the creature's voracious appetites. Worse news for Pietari, the young son of one of the herders, who, like Tommy Woodry in the classic noir The Window, is the only one who knows the truth. Pietari has researched the legend of Santa, you see, and he has seen footprints in the snow outside his bedroom window. He knows something bad is coming, and unless he can convince the adults to listen, it may be too late for all of them. Rare Exports not only borrows from The Window, but also owes a large debt to the Howard Hawks' 1951 classic The Thing from Another World. As in that sci-fi masterpiece, we have a group of proficient men in a remote wilderness outpost, being stalked by an outer-worldly threat recently thawed from its frozen tomb. In Rare Exports, the Thing is Santa Claus, and this makes the narrative more chilling than sardonic because writer-director Jalmari Helander plays it straight. Gone are the ubiquitous nods to holiday tradition in an attempt to be cute like the awful American Christmas horrors we've witnessed. This Santa Claus is not a clownish serial killer in a red suit like in Silent Night, Deadly Night, but an emaciated, naked transient whose wild eyes, oily skin, and resistance to the bitter cold are a reminder of our deepest fears. It is no coincidence, I feel, that Santa looks like a homeless man. In our dark consumerist culture, Santa traditionally represents materialism, since he brings us lots of useless stuff that will either be broken in 2 months or exiled to attics when we grow old. But in the world of Rare Exports, Santa's resemblance to a transient is a chilling reminder of materialism's antithesis. This is the specter of scarcity, of poverty, of hunger, which are perhaps our greatest trepidations in uncertain economic times. The fact that this homeless man is savage enough to prey on children makes him the stuff of nightmares. Although Rare Exports plays like horror, it is not without moments of levity. One can't help but chuckle at its unconventional spin on Christmas, and the film's climax, where our intrepid reindeer herders figure a way to turn their misfortune into profit, smacks of delicious irony. If you're tired of all the neo-consumerist propaganda urging you to spend yourself into holiday cheer, you ought to give Rare Exports a look. Not only are you in for a wild ride, but it might just give you a different perspective on what Martin Riggs calls the silly season. It probably won't replace It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street as required holiday viewing, but it is a lot of fun, and for me it ranks next to Lethal Weapon and Die Hard as my favorite holiday movies. Mad Matt says, check it out.
All right, we've seen what you can do with a boy. How are you when they come a little bigger?